About a deadly shooting at a yoga studio in Florida. Sadly, we have learned that one of the two victims was a 21-year-old woman from Metro Atlanta whose ultimate wish was for an end to the senseless kind of violence that ultimately killed her. The shooting happened yesterday when a gunman posing as a customer opened fire at a hot yoga class in Tallahassee, ultimately killing Maura Binkley and another woman. 5 other people were injured. The gunman killed himself. Binkley, a Dunwoody High School graduate, was attending Florida State. Her parents drove down to Tallahassee today to meet with investigators, and they told a local paper they had just seen their daughter only 2 weeks ago. Binkley's father, Jeff, said Maura hated gun violence. He never dreamed his own child would one day become a victim. He described his daughter as kind, a leader, very intelligent. You see these beautiful photos of her here. She was a member of Tri Delta sorority. She loved listening to NPR. She loved to cook. And her father told the Tallahassee Democrat the last conversation that Maura had with her mom, she was asking for a recipe for pumpkin bread.